great things for our democracy and shared by not just the conservatives, but even good Democrats. But when you progressiveness and today's version, a lot of Democrats have distanced themselves from the so-called progressiveness, the progressivism that has removed itself and gone so far off the reservation that they cannot see over any horizon, no matter how good your goggles are. That's one way of putting it. And that's the problem now, is that they really do not want to hear logic. They just want to hear politicking, and they want to politic, and they want to, just hold things back, and they don't want to have intelligent, meaningful discussions about the real subject matter. And there was a time where that was the case, but not now, not today's progressives. And it's a shame, but if this is the way that they are going to continue on with their fight, they're going to lose the White House again. They're going to have to redo it, rethink this thing called liberalism, and even what it means to be a Democrat. And Republicans have had to rethink everything, what it means to be a conservative. I've had to rethink it. I've had to think about it. And just the way that our country is with changing dynamics and all of that, it wasn't your dad's Oldsmobile. Okay. So, and that's why Donald Trump actually got in, because it's a changing country, clearly. It is after so many years in our country, we get the opportunity every 8 years to make a decision on who governs us. But, that's just one segment of it. There's so many other elected officials in our country that we can't leave those out, from local judges to your mayor in your city or your town, wherever you listen to it. All of those things are equally important because it goes up the ladder. And we have to be engaged at all levels. And something that the Dems have been really darn good at is getting the word out. Now, finally, there was enough patriots that actually woke up. And I'm saying, patriots, don't fall slumbered. Don't be too confident, in this victory right now, because we can't claim ultimate victory right now. We have to be on our A game all the time. It's amazing how people become complacent immediately. So nobody should, and we should never do that. No matter, even if you're a Democrat, even if you're a flaming liberal, it doesn't matter. You're progressive, whatever or libertarian. We got libertarians who listen to our show. We have undecideds. We have no party affiliation. And one thing that we try to do is really open up your eyes a little bit and have some, again, I know I'm saying it, meaningful, heartfelt discussion. Without trying to complicate things or upset these things. But to me, it's a good thing to do some research for yourself, reevaluate some of your thinking and your thought when it comes to party affiliation and the party that you affiliate with that best represents you at this time. Many people that voted for Barack Obama on that ticket had rethought things and says, you know what, that's not my party. That's not who I believe in. That doesn't measure up to who I am. That's people that have done an inventory, to sit down and wanted to make things right and wanted to make a brighter future for their kids. And it wasn't all about smearing people. It had to do more on principle than politics. And again, to me, that's the most important thing. But hey, that's me. And I know that's many of you too. By the way, we need your help. If you have not become a member of For the People, you can do that conveniently. You can pick the denominator from $1 all the way up to $45, or you can just make a one-time donation. And that would make me very happy today if you can do so, because it keeps For the People on the air, and we have some bills to pay. So please, forthepeopleshow.com. We'll be back.
Can you survive this thing called life? We're for the people. For the people. For the people is there.
For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener-supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now,
I'm a mom. And just like millions of other women, that's why I own guns. We're responsible, we're law-abiding, and we're everything that makes America strong. Every day, we're willing to use a firearm to defend our families. But the media will never tell those stories. If a mom puts a gun to the face of a home-invading thug and makes him run for his life, the story gets buried. But if she's unarmed and murdered, the cameras will be at the scene before the police. It's time for moms like me to speak out. We are the majority. We demand the freedom to defend our families. And we challenge the media to tell the truth about our rights. I'm the National Rifle Association of America, and I'm freedom's safest place.
And For the People continues on your radio. Dr. Keith Abloh, he is a noted psychiatrist and author, and he says, let me issue the standard disclaimer of psychiatrists who discuss the mental health of public figures. I have not personally examined President Trump. There's this disclaimer. Now, let me put to rest the concerns of Senator Al Franklin, and political commentator John Oliver and Andrew Sullivan and anyone else who publicly or privately has questioned the president's sanity. Donald Trump is stone cold sane. When a man acquires billions of dollars through complex real estate transactions, invests in many countries, goes to the phenomenal success in television and turns his name into a worldwide brand, it is very unlikely that he is mentally unstable. So when the same man obviously enjoys the love and respect of his children and his wife, who seem to rely on him for support and guidance, it is extraordinary unlikely that he is mentally unstable. When the same man who walks into the political arena and defeats 16 Republican opponents and then the Democratic heir apparent to two-term president administration, the odds of that man being mentally unstable become vanishingly thin. And then that very same man attracts his team the kind of intellect and gravitas that represents, to name just a few, by Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Dr. Ben Carson, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, and Secretary of Defense James Mattis, and retired Marine Corps General and Commander of the U.S. Central Command. He cannot be mentally dangerous, period. It is statistically impossible. Dr. Keith Abloh really liked the message, and it is strong, and that is our Commander-in-Chief. Yeah, he's not nuts. They just cannot explain how he could be so popular. How the man could possibly do it. I can explain it. He's Superman. For the People has a special opportunity for you. If you own a business and want to gain a national audience that is loyal and will do business with you, imagine being able to get your product and or service into the hands of tens of thousands of people each week. Sponsorship opportunities are now available at rates you can afford. Finally, the show you love with your business supporting what we do in partnership. Start running your commercials today. To contact us, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener-supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Uh-huh, okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
If you or someone you care about is a veteran or currently serving in the U.S. military, and you're suffering from symptoms of post-traumatic stress, listen carefully.
Debilitating mood swings, depression, and anxiety are just a fraction of what our brave servicemen and women are fighting to overcome. Fortunately, there is help.
Call 866-966-1020, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Or go to www.realwarriors.net.
Trained personnel are standing by.
Listener supported and proud of it. For the people. Now back to Keith.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on a Wednesday, we're going to learn a little about tax reform. Michael Stumo is on the line, and he's all queued up with his headset. He is the CEO of the Coalition for a Prosperous America. And, Michael, that's really what we want, don't we?
Exactly. We want to grow jobs here and grow more companies and jobs here.
We need it. And listen, our good friend For the People, Nevin Gusick, major respect for what you do, and we love Nevin. He comes and educates us, and man, he just makes me look like a peon. But you equally have a prowess and understand all of what's going on, I guess, or at least most of it, when it comes to tax reform and how bold it is and how helpful it's going to be with some of these shifts. For businesses, I guess let's start off with that. The tax climate and what Bush is proposing, should we look forward to some of these changes?
Yeah, well, Speaker Paul Ryan, and Chairman of Ways and Means Kevin Brady have an interesting tax proposal that has a lot of great features. It's probably not very workable, but hopefully they can get through that. The problem has been, the U.S. has a big trade deficit. We import far more than we export, which is a job killer. And one piece of it is that our companies that produce here get the full U.S. tax burden, plus when they ship overseas, they pay what's called a value-added tax across over 160 countries. So we pay their tax burden and ours.
I see.
And
that doesn't seem right. Wait a second. Did I hear you right? That doesn't seem like that's good for us. No,
it's quite bad. I mean, the VAT, or Canada calls it the goods and services tax, or the GST.
Yeah.
It's like it's a consumption tax. It's a tax when you buy things, and they actually charge it to imported goods like ours at an average 17% rate on the goods cost. So we're paying their tax burden. But the thing is, when Germany ships their goods to us, and reasons I'm happy to explain, but the VAT comes off, so they go out partially tax-free, which is like a subsidy.
Now, why would they do something like that? Why would they have done that? I mean, the logic would say that's wrong, but what would the incentive be? Are they paying us back by paying their dues in NATO?
No,
I don't think so.
It's actually like a tariff replacement. Like Europe has cut tariffs, and so have we, for 40 years. But they up their VAT, so they get the same border tax that they did before they cut the tariff.
Now, for our audience that doesn't know what the VAT is, what is that?
So a VAT is kind of like a retail